Welcome to Chatterjee Academy. So today's session is for ICSE class 9, and this session is just for only for the revision purpose. Your exam is by next 2 weeks, annual exam of ICSE, 2 to 3 weeks, and this time just I will highlight the common mistakes you have, the top common mistakes you are doing in your exams, and this part will definitely help you to improve your mark. Okay, so I will come chapter wise the common mistakes and what you are going to do, and definitely after this session it will help you to do the corrections. Okay, like Newton's second law. Newton's second law means force proportional to rate of change of momentum with respect to time, right? So this is Newton's second law, and if they ask you the Newton's second law, you're going to say that F is equal to m into v minus u by t, or you can say F is equal to mass into acceleration. So this is about the Newton's second law. So this Newton's second law is the relation between force and acceleration. F is equal to ma, mass into acceleration, right? So this is Newton's second law. Now next is the relation between the small g and the capital G. Small g is the acceleration due to gravity, right? So this is g is equal to gm by r square. Very important relation. And how does it came? This came from the gravitational force along with the, let's say, F is equal to mg is equal to gravitational force g m by r square, where small m is the mass of the earth and capital M is the mass of the earth. So, and small m is the mass of any object. So g will be here, small g is gm by r square. So this relation is coming from this relation. So this is the gravitational force. This is equivalent to the weight of the body acting toward the center of the earth. Fine. Okay. Now next is the acceleration, positive or negative. So if you are getting a question like your velocity is increasing, like final velocity is more than initial velocity, then acceleration will be positive. And if final velocity is less than initial velocity, acceleration will be negative, right? Will be negative. So these are the things. So now how does it come, positive or negative? Okay, if you are taking the relation v is equal to u plus at, and this is a retardation motion, let's say final velocity is 0, so acceleration a will be minus u by t. So value of acceleration will be negative here because you take positive here. So this will be the retardation. You will get the answer with the negative. Okay, now if you are taking positive here, negative here, so your result will be positive. So if you take negative in this equation, your acceleration will come positive. So once you are taking negative, means you are acknowledging that your equation is for retardation motion, retarding motion. Okay. Now when object in rest, what will be the graph of an object in rest? That means the displacement is not varying with like this, right? So this is the displacement s, this is time t. So this is the graph for object at rest, where y-axis will be displacement. So this line is parallel to the time t, y-axis is, so y-axis is very important for any kind of graph, mind it. So y-axis is very, very important, right? So this is where y is s displacement, x is t, this is the displacement object at rest. Now next is the uniform velocity. What will be the graph of uniform velocity? Like if you are taking acceleration here, so acceleration here and time t here, so this will be the graph of that acceleration is not changing with time, acceleration not changing with time. This is one. So constant acceleration means velocity is increasing with constant acceleration. Now the same thing, uniform acceleration will be like this. If v here in y-axis v, here t, so this straight line. So vt graph will be straight line for constant acceleration. Here slope will be constant. That means v minus u by t is the slope of acceleration. This will be constant throughout the motion. So vt graph straight line is an uniform acceleration, and if in y-axis acceleration, x-axis t, this is also presenting the constant acceleration. Okay. So this way, these are the corrections part you have to remember. during the quick revision before exam. Now next is the graph of density time graph. So y-axis density, x-axis this is density and this is the temperature, right? So it will be like this, right? Like this. So density is maximum at 4 degrees centigrade. Here will be density. This is for density graph of water. Just an example, right? So density will be, this will be the nature of the graph where y-axis is density. Now when y-axis is volume and this is the temperature, then graph will be opposite, right? Graph will be opposite. So these things you have to remember, right? Now next is the the magnetic pole direction. What will be the direction of the magnetic pole for electromagnet? So electromagnet, we are just having a coil like this. This is a coil, right? So in this coil, what's happened that when you are seeing the coil from the if the current in the coil is in anti-clockwise direction, that part will be the negative north pole, right? Let's say this is the coil of for electromagnet. So if the current is here like this, let's say anti-clockwise, so this pole will be north pole, so this pole will be south pole. So when I am seeing the current, let's say this is a coil. So if I am seeing the current is flowing like this in the coil, so this is in clockwise, so this pole will be south pole. If the current is flowing like this in this anti-clockwise, the current is flowing like anti-clockwise, this will be north pole. Okay, so these are the very common things. So follow my session. I will take other session later on. Okay, just keep watching my session. Okay, and please feel free to reach us for any short course to Chatterjee Academy. We are having the 2 weeks course also, the revision classes for class 9. Okay, thank you.